Good evening, friends. Today we are trying to understand primary key in database. So primary key is a key which is not going to allow the duplicate value as well as which is not going to allow the null values. In the last example, we have seen what is unique key means it is not going to allow the duplicate values, right? So first we will try to create a table. Create table TBL student. So by using the primary key, we will see how it is not going to allow the duplicates as well as the not null values. Okay, first we are going with the roll number. So integer kind of data, and we are making it as a primary key. So primary key. Okay, so next one we are going with the name varchar 50. So string kind of data. So next one is there, city is there, varchar 50, varchar 50. So it is also string kind of data. Our table is ready. Okay, so we will see the structure of our table, TBL student. Okay, so this is our structure. So here we are having field roll number and it is a primary key. Okay, so we will try to insert a data and what will be the result we will see now. Insert into TBL student. We are adding values. So values here. So 1, which is integer kind of data, we know roll number is a primary key. We are going with the Joe. Next, we are going with the city, Hyderabad. So record inserted successfully. Okay, now we are trying to add the another record. We already have the record 1. It is roll number 1 is there. We are changing the name and the city. Pune is there. Pune. So now look at here. Duplicate entry for 1 1. Right? So TBL student dot primary key, because we already have the roll number 1 available in our table. So we will see the data. Select start from TBL student. Okay, so a record is there. Suppose I am inserting the another record. Suppose 2 is there. So it will accept the record, right? Which is not going to allow the duplicate value. Now I am trying to go with the null value. Null. So I'm going with the Sam is also from the Pune. Okay, so look at here output error. So we are getting the error here. Column roll number cannot be null, right? Means which is not going to allow the null values also. Okay, so most of the time in the interviewer is going to ask the question. Okay, so what is primary key and why we require a primary key in our table? Okay, so primary key is a combination of unique key plus not null, which is not going to allow the duplicate value as well as which is not going to allow the null values. Again, question came from the interview point of view. So can we add more than one primary key in a table? So in that scenario, we need to give the answer like which is not going to allow the multiple primary key in the same table, but we can make a combination of multiple columns, right? So look at here. So look at our column. We will see the schema TBL student. Okay, so now in this table we are having only one primary key is there with the roll number column. Okay, can we add with the name also? Okay, so suppose I am trying to add the primary key with the name. Okay, so now I am trying to create one table. Create table TBL student. Okay, so we are going with some columns. ID is there, sorry, roll number, integer kind of data, and we are going with the primary key. Okay, next we are going with the name varchar 50. Again, I am using here primary key. Okay, and the city varchar 50 primary key. Okay, so we are trying to apply here more than one primary key in the table student, right? So roll number is there, integer kind of data, and we are going with the primary key constant. Name is there, primary key constant is there. Again, we are having city is there, primary key constant. Okay, so now we are trying to execute the query. So we are getting a error message is there. What is that error message? Multiple primary key defined, means it is not going to allow the multiple primary key with the in a table. Okay, now we will try to go with the combination of the column. Right now, in the previous one, we are trying to apply a primary key with different columns right now, but we will try to make a combination of column and we are trying to apply the primary key. We can call it as a candidate key. Now, look at the output here. Okay, so we are going with the three columns. Okay, CT is there, CT, varchar 50, and primary key we are having, we are removing here. So, comma, primary key, and we are passing here two column name. First one is their roll number, second one is their CT. So we are passing the two columns here. So now we are trying to make a primary key here with two columns and we can call it as a candidate key. So look at the structure, TBL student. Okay, so we are having primary key with the roll number as well as the CT. It is a combination of two columns and we can consider it as a candidate key. Thank you guys.